here, aka Mama Cheryl, and I am up and about this morning here in beautiful Madeira, California. After a nice unsuspected rain, they didn't know it was gonna rain. It wasn't no rain in the broadcast, but I'm coming out here because Maury is out here on the tractor getting everything ready because they're gonna have on the last day of unleavened bread. We're gonna have people out and we're just gonna have a good time, and so he wants everything to look nice and for when everyone comes out. And I'm gonna let you see him come up on this tractor. This is a nice morning, and here he comes. You can hear him doing his thing. He's plowing. Boca Tov, Maury! Boca Tov, Boca Tov. You out getting it all done early, huh?
Well, I'm just cutting it in now with the disc, and then I'm going to come back around with the blade and smooth it out.
Okay, let me let the people see what a disc is.
Oh.
I take it that these are disc?
Yeah, that's the disc. And if you can see, actually what I'll do is, let me see the camera.
Okay.
So with the disc, what I've done is I cut the track in. So you can kind of see the track. It goes down and around those poles, and it comes back up this way. Okay, so that's me. All right, and then it goes back around. So what I do is I cut it in with the disc first, and then we come back with the blade and we scrape it smooth. And I don't know how long Mom's been filming already, so let me show you what we're getting ready to do. All right, these are the carts.
Oh, I didn't explain about those. I was just telling them that you were
cutting the track.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the carts. If you notice, this one has 2 engines, so obviously it's super powerful, and for the adults. And then we have this cart here that will be used too. So we have 2 carts going around on the track once it's completed.
All right, so in other words, y'all, okay, that's gonna be
running on this
a go-kart track.
Right. And we're gonna actually test it today, so hopefully we get some footage of us testing it out before the people get here, because it has to be tried out, because if the turns are too tight or something, or the straightaway is too fast for people to make the turn, we have to kind of fix that so that it'll be safe for everybody. But I kind of ran a similar track last year. It went very well, so hopefully we don't have to do too much testing this time around. But it's fun anyway to test it, so hey.
Yeah, get to ride around. So, yeah. So how long does it usually take to do with the disc before you get to the blade?
I'm actually getting ready to put the blade on now because I've been out. I've ran through here several times to cut down I'm going down about 4 inches.
Okay.
5 inches. To where it gets hard right here. If you can really see it, and then so the blade takes a little bit longer because we want it to be as smooth as possible.
Right.
But we were so blessed to have rain yesterday, and the rain, of course, took away all the dust and loosened up the soil. So it's gonna be perfect.
Much easier to do, huh?
It's gonna be perfect tomorrow. On the Shabbat. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm gonna come back when you put that other thing, that blade on here.
Right now.
Yeah, and let you do a couple of passes. Then I'm gonna come back and, look at it. But that's awesome. Okay, I know I kind of shook you guys up right there, but you know me. Anyway, we're going to come back when Maury puts on the blade and pass through here to smooth this out for the go-karts. All right, check it out. Okay, y'all, apparently the Maury is ready because he's at the door, so we're going to go out here and watch him do this thing. Okay. Can I get by a little bitty one? Huh? No.
Me.
You. Okay. We're going to go out here and we're going to do this.
Okay, watch your step.
Okay.
For those of you who are maybe not too familiar with tractors and how they work,
Well, I can carry this. I can hold it.
there's a bunch of different attachments that you have with the tractor. Especially when you're talking about like a yard tractor like this one that can handle about 5 acres and maybe even 10 acres. But you have different attachments, and I have several out here. This particular attachment here is one that's used for basically cutting grass and plowing. If you notice here, this is called a tiller.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it does.
Okay.
It's like a small rototiller that's beefed up to like a giant size.
Okay.
And it pulverizes the soil, makes it like powder.
Okay.
You saw the disc. What you see out here is what this disc does. It mainly cuts down weeds, and it gives you like that little disc look.
So when you
What's
cut
this?
down all the weeds earlier, you were showing me some footage that you did. Which one of these blades did you use?
Well, actually, I ended up using the riding lawnmower for the back, but all the weeds that were here, I used this disc.
Okay. All
So,
right.
like those weeds there,
Right.
would be used to cut down this. I would cut it down with this disc here.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Now.
Here's another disc. Oh, watch your
Oh,
foot.
wait a minute. Let me get over here
Here's
so I can get a
another
good shot.
attachment, and this is called a blade. And what it does, it attaches to the tractor like this, and then the tractor pulls it around, and this sharp blade on the edge, which
Can't.
should
Oh,
to you.
okay. Okay. There it is.
The blade, there's a blade on the edge of this,
Let's see if y'all
and
can
it
see that
actually
blade.
will smooth out the ground.
Right.
And you'll do this when you're trying to create, like I'm doing right now, a road or any place that you want smooth. And I have one more attachment, but you really can't see it. It's over there by that.
Oh, I see it way over there.
And that's a plow.
Oh,
And
okay.
I have a lot of messages and sermons dealing with plowing and breaking up the hard, fallow ground. That plow is what's used. It's very, very, very sharp.
Okay, well, you
very
walk
heavy.
over there and explain that to the people, because I'm not going through this too.
Okay. All right. So here is another attachment that we have, and it's called a plow. And this particular plow, I don't know if you can see the blade there. She's in the weeds. And that is, in the South, they call it a miller buster. And out here, we just call it a plow. And what it's used to do is, if you have soil that hasn't been broken up in years, instead of just trying to get it with the disc, you have to break up the ground with the plow first. And then you can come back with the disc and then disc it up and level it out. Very important tool, very, very strong tool. And here's a miller buster. This miller buster right here is like a plow, but it just has one sharp blade right here. Just get the shadow out the way. It has one sharp blade that just goes in the ground, and it just breaks up the hard pan so that you can prepare your soil. So in a normal system, you would start with this blade here. Then you would go either to the disc, depending on how good it broke up, or you would take the blade. And then when you finish, if you're making a garden, you could use that blade over there in order to make your rows. Then after that, okay, so this is gonna be kind of a long segment. I didn't mean it to be that long, but you might be wondering, how do you hook that up to the tractor? This has a 3-point hitch. So you see it mounts right here. This would go onto here like this. I just took that one off. Then there's one here on top that's held in by a pin. There's another one right here held on by a pin. And once you take the pin off, these slide out, and then you unattach from the tractor, and you have levers and things that you move it around with. And then here's the 3 points for instance, on the drag that I'm getting ready to do now. So here's the top bar here. And then this is, so you got 1, 2, 3. 3-point connection. All right.
All right, I have a question. Just all right, now say in the SHTF, okay, if stuff hit the fan, can any of this stuff be drawn by horses?
No. This right here is too heavy for one horse to pull. So what you would do is, if you had to use a horse in order to plow up property or something like that, you would just have to go to a lighter version. And that's like a lot of times back in the country, they used wooden plows behind horses because the weight.
The weight, okay.
This is steel.
Right.
Or iron. And this iron is really heavy. Like outside, when I put it on the tractor, it just, I can lift it up, put it down, move it side to side.
Yeah.
But when it's off of this tractor, it's very difficult to move. It's very, very, very heavy.
Okay.
So one horse couldn't pull this.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to ask that just in case,
You don't want to do that to your poor horse.
you know, just in case somebody goes and asks that question, you know, because a lot of people are a lot of our Hebrew brothers and sisters are just getting ready to learn how to homestead, and you know, and a lot of them want to come completely off the grid, and they just need to know what they will be able to do and what they can't do, you know.
You're not gonna be able to pull a plow like this, but there are plows that you can buy that you can set up a harness on the horse and pull. It's not gonna, of course, it's gonna be way more difficult to work the land with an animal than it is like a Massey Ferguson truck.
Yeah.
Tractor. But at the same time, it definitely can be done.
Right.
With an animal.
I know, because there's one of our grafted in brothers. I don't know I think he's in Pennsylvania. He lives close to the Amish, and he does all his stuff with horses.
Yeah, you can do it.
But he does, I
You
think
gotta have the right equipment.
right. He does have a tractor, but he also has that plow, and it does look a whole lot different from this.
Now, actually, I'm old-fashioned. They have what they call, I know some people who know how to work tractors are going, why is he going through all this, getting off the tractor, hooking up and all that? I don't have a quick latch hook up. They have hitches now to where you don't have to do this manually. The 3 points are kind of set, and you can back in, and it kind of
Clinks in.
So people are looking at me, but yeah, I'm country, I'm old school, so I'm still taking each one off my hand. So they're all loose now, as you can see.
Yeah.
And I control these levers by, you see how these arms are going up and down?
Right.
I control that by a lever up here, and that kind of gets complicated, but that's how we're able to switch them out and adjust them if you want to, because your blade, for right now, I want my blade to ride even, and so I have to make some adjustments once I start riding to see whether or not the blade is cutting even or crooked this way or that way, because in some areas, making a track, you want it to slant, because when you bank around the corner, you don't want to fly off the track. So,
Right.
but I think that's all you really wanted to know about that, right?
Yeah. Well, after you hook up the blade, we're gonna come back and watch you go past. Okay. And while you doing that, I'm gonna go refill my coffee cup. Okay, y'all, we coming out here. I'm already put the blade thingy. I call everything thingies. And he put the blade on. He's getting ready to
Just even.
Let's see.
Look on the straightaways, we want to be even.
Oh yeah, I see.
It's pretty close now.
Right. Yeah, you can see
That's
it.
how I want it. All right. I can start dragging. Let me see how that looks from back here. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
It might be a little off this way,
Mm-hmm.
but it's pretty close.
So as you pass, do you lower the thing down with every pass?
Do you have a bring the camera? So you have these adjustments, and I can't do it all on camera right now, but I'll point to them. These adjustments allow how deep you want the blade to cut.
Right.
So you can go up and down.
Right.
And then this lever controls just a straight up and down.
Right.
So after a while, like if I want this to go higher, I can move this draft up and back. Or if it's leaning a little bit, I can make fine adjustments with this. I don't have to keep going back to the back. I can make fine adjustments on how far I want one side to go or the other side.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. So I'm gonna drop the blade down now, and I'm gonna start dragging.
Okay.
So notice I can control the draft. So put on the back one, because you asked me how far down. What's the big blade?
The big blade. Oh, this one.
I can control its height. It's not just up and down.
Mm-hmm.
I can adjust it finally. See, I can stop it right there.
Right.
I can go up a little bit.
Right.
There, I can take it all the way to the ground. So you see that it is possible to create fine adjustments.
Right.
Yep. Well, that's what I'm getting ready to do now. I'm going to take it down about right here. It's sort of even with the ground.
Right.
When I get over there, I'll probably have it like close to right here, and I'll start dragging.
Right. Okay.
All right.
All right.
So you'll see the difference like here.
Okay, and then we'll come back when he gets the tractor over there, and we'll watch him as he drags it. Okay, Maury is coming past, and we're going to watch him as he comes past.
See how fast it starts to slow down.
Right.
That's just on one pass.
Okay. Okay, guys, Maury he's going to go around and around, and we're going to come back when he's just about done, so we can see just how smooth he gets this. So we're going to come back in a little while. I was wondering how you was going to empty all that stuff.
What happens is, right now, what I'm pretty much doing is taking all of getting most of the weeds out, and basically leveling the track to what you see now. Okay. Then what I'll do is I'll set the blade at a particular height, and it'll just skim the top. Now it'll still pick up, but at the same time it's scraping. It is also laying dirt in the gaps.
Right. Okay.
So now that I've got my basic pattern, kind of where I want to put the track, it's just about cleaning the track now, smoothing it out.
Right.
So I was kind of dragging, and you saw like a bunch of stuff piling up. But now I'll probably by hand, I'm gonna have to move some of the stuff off, but most of it round and around, fast, really, with the blade barely hitting the ground.
Right. Okay, shalom, y'all. I'm sitting here on this tractor. I was gonna take a walk down the way, but I decided to Maury let me sit on the tractor and make it look like I'm doing something. I'm not moving. I'm sitting on the tractor. Believe it or not, this is the first time I've ever sat on the tractor, so I'm excited. Yeah, but you know what? This is a skill, though, seriously, that we as Hebrew people need to learn, men and women, because there is coming a time when we all will have to be out homesteading somewhere and need to know how to work the land, how to work the implements and the tools of the land. So I'm excited about that. Just to be here, just to be able to sit here and say I've sat on the tractor. Moray thinks it's funny, but no, seriously though, we all need to learn how to do these, and especially the brothers. I know, me as a sister, I would love to learn how to do this too, because hey, you guys might be out somewhere hunting or whatever, and hunting deer or whatever, and the ladies have to learn how to do this. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And so what do you think about that, Moray?
Well, I think that it's interesting that this is the first time you've been on a tractor, but maybe before the week is out, I'll actually have you teach you how to move it and ride it, because it's not that difficult. And so there seems like a lot of levers right now, but before the week is out, maybe we'll have you take a round in the backyard.
Yeah, okay, cool, I'll do that. But I can't do too much because y'all know I got this boot on. So. But I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to do my best. All right.
I'm not necessarily cutting it. It's my own. So this is just going to be real repetitious.
Going around and around, yeah. And so I'm going to come back.
It's pretty much cut now. And I like it. It looks good as far as the way it's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Now all I got to do is smooth it. And because of the type of go-karts, it doesn't have to look like a road.
Right.
It can be a little bumpy, but just smooth enough to where, it's still kind of comfortable.
Yeah.
And my wife last year, because she wasn't able to ride the go-karts because she had she was on crutches. I think at the time she was on crutches. So it's going to be her first time actually on the track with the go-karts.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to help me test the track.
Yeah, all right, cool. Okay.